Hi Andrew,
Hello, hello.
how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Namaste. So hopefully people will join. We'll see. Anyway, so can we start, Andrew?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So let me start with the prayer and then I'll introduce and then we'll start. Okay.
Mhm.
Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः महागणाधिपतये नमः श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीमात्रे नमः. Thank you. Welcome to everyone to this webinar. And I introduced Dr. Andrew Foss. Andrew Foss is helping me, and he will be sharing his light of knowledge with us about the Mother, Divine Mother. And the today's uh, talk would be learn about Mahavidyas and upcoming this 10th series of the Mahavidya and what is Mahavidya and how this Mahavidyas works. So I request first Dr. Andrew Foss to address and give his knowledge, and then we can discuss about rest of it. Thank you, Andrewji.
You've
Namaste. And I gave you the, like, you can share now your screen
That's
if you
good.
have anything.
I've got a few slides here. There we go. Good. Can you see the slide?
Yes.
Good. Om Gurave Namah. Om Gurave Namah. Om Gurave Namah. Srimatre Namah. So I'm very grateful to be given this opportunity to remember the Devi. It's a wonderful thing. Jai Ma. So I thought we'd start with a little, see if I can get this. There we go. Yes, so just briefly, you probably have heard of me a little bit. Maybe my book, this is The Yoga of the Planets. So it is all the mantras of the Navagraha, the 9 planets. You can get that from Amazon. And my software, Sri Jyoti Star, the latest and greatest, the 10 version, available from the Microsoft Store. We're working on the mobile apps. So I thought we'd do a little astronomy first. So this is what we call the local supercluster or the Virgo supercluster. And this, you have to understand, this is a very small part of the universe. Now we can see some of the universe, but probably there's an enormously vaster area of the universe that we can't see, because you can only see so far in the universe due to the speed of light. And then inside of what we can see, this is just like a speck, very microscopic. Now, if you look in this this image of the Virgo supercluster, a supercluster means, you have clusters of galaxies, and then you have collections of clusters of galaxies called superclusters. So this is the Virgo supercluster. And here you see that, I think you can see in the middle, we have, it says local group. And probably the local group is this pixel here, this 1 or 2 pixels here. So this is us. We're the local group. So this is a view of the local galactic group. So we see there's the Milky Way galaxy, which we're familiar with a little bit. And then down here is the next largest. Actually, Andromeda is larger than we are. And then there's a lot of smaller galaxies, many smaller galaxies. See how many around the Milky Way. Here's another view of it. This, is the Milky Way in the middle. And you see this is about 8 million light years each direction. So that across this local group, 16 million light years. And so the Milky Way is a small dot inside of this local group. And then, of course, inside the Milky Way, we have the solar system, which is a very, very small dot inside the Milky Way. Let's face it, if the solar system disappeared tomorrow, nobody would notice. Very unlikely that anybody on any other planet in any other solar system would even notice, right? And inside this solar system, the Earth is pretty small, and then on the Earth, we are what we are, yeah? So I think if we look at this from the perspective of reality, we realize that we are just incredibly tiny, insignificant speck inside of this whole. And this is the play of the mother. We say that the universe is created through her play, her Leela or her Maya is creating this whole universe. So in order to have a relationship with her, we need to have an understanding of the relationship. So this, I put this quote because it's such a fantastic quote. It's like a koan. And it just blows my mind, even reading it. So if you think you're big, I'm a big person, right? I own this and I own that. You become very small. You notice that people who have a lot of stuff, they can become very small-minded. They get lost in it, But it's not because they have X amount of stuff. It's just that they think they value it somehow. They don't realize in the cosmic perspective, it's exactly nothing. You see, if you know you are nothing, then you become immense. And this is the reality this is the reality. And this is the whole Vedic system, is for us to realize our nothingness, Shiva. You see, if we can realize that, then we have some chance of a relationship with Shakti. And the fact that we can do that is the beauty of being human. Because, I don't think the animals have a chance. And if you study Jyotish, you find out that the odds of being, say in the last 4 lifetimes, the odds of having a human body or having a non-human body is pretty high. So we've all been through a few animal bodies. It's all right. Fortunately, we don't remember too much. I have small memory, but it's okay. So let's talk about the energy forms, the gifts of the rishis and the yogis. So I've called this slide magical science. It's all physics, but it's all, there's no technical stuff here. This is all easy for us to understand. But the point is that if you really look at what physics has managed to uncover, it's very magical. You see, what we know is that everything is made of energy. Now, if you look at an atom, in the atom, it's almost 99.99% nothingness. And then we have a few particles, like a proton. And a proton, actually, the mass inside the proton is very little. But most of what we think of as the mass of the proton is just the energy of the relationships between those tiny, tiny specks inside it. So, and then energy has certain properties, which are, comes from the quantum mechanics. So this is the basis of everything. It's the mass with certain properties, and that builds the whole universe. Now, what we've learned is that energy is conserved. That means nothing is created and nothing is destroyed. You see, it's just reorganized. You may see where I'm going with this. So this is something very special. You know, we look around and we see things being created and destroyed, isn't it? But the truth of the matter is that energy is never created or destroyed. It has a sort of immortal characteristic, but it can be reorganized. And the same thing goes for these quantum properties. They can't be created or destroyed. They're also conserved. You can't copy them, you can't hide them, you can't delete them. So if we look at the human, our human existence, human is just the physical, but underneath the physical, we have an energy body or an energy form. And this continues because it can't be destroyed. You see, physics has proved it can't be destroyed. So when your physical system falls off, and it continues as an energy, but it just gets disintegrated it goes back to the soil, it should do. So what's remaining is the energy body, which goes to the next life and the next life, like that. So the point is that an energy form is inherently immortal. We're in the habit of only seeing the physical forms. We don't see the energy forms. But the yogis and the rishis, because of their highly awakened status, they're capable of creating. I mean, it's a reorganization, but let's call it creation, energy forms for certain purposes. So you see, the gods, if we like to talk about the gods and the goddesses, they've been created. We say Kashyapa and his wife created so many of the devas. So there are forms that have been created which are for our own benefit. For certain purposes, they've been created. So these things are there and they exist on a sort of immortal basis. Now, what gives us a sense of an individual identity? That comes from the identification of consciousness with the form. If we cease to identify with the form might continue to exist, but we're no longer bound by it. And that's the mukti, or the liberation. So the devas and the devis have been created by the rishis and the yogis. And when we awaken, then it naturally attracts these forms. And the more empty we are, the more we've realized our nothingness, that means the closer we are to Shiva, the closer she comes. We're talking about the devis here. If she comes to us, and where will we look for her? She's everywhere in a sense. But we can attract her by our devotion. And if we get the grace of the Devi, then nothing is impossible for us. Nothing at all. She manages the whole show, you see. Now we have the Dasa Mahavidya. It's said that there's many stories, but one of the stories is that Shiva wanted to go away from Shakti for some reason. And he discovered that whatever direction he traveled in, she was still in front of him. So from this story we learn that she is in all the directions. In the Vedic system, we talk about 10 directions because there's 8 sort of, east, south, east, and so forth, 8 directions. And then up and down, that gives us 10. So this is how she became the Dasa Mahavidya, we can say. This is one of there's other stories, but anyway. They're all a manifestation of that ultimate power, or Shakti. And in Jyotish, in Vedic astrology, the 10 directions, and therefore the 10 Dasa Mahavidyas, the 10 forms of the Shakti or goddess, they are related to the 9 grahas and the lagna. They can also be associated with the chakras. So there's many chakras, but there's 7 principal chakras. But the way it's organized is, as I was taught by my guru, between the Manipura and the Anahata, there are three Devis sort of standing in that gateway. There's a kind of vast void. If you look at normal life, basically you could say animal life, but many humans are following this also. We have the three lower chakras. We have the Muladhara, which is about survival. Let's face it, the first thing you have to organize is your own survival. Then we have Swadhisthana, which is to do with creation. So you want to have children, reproduce. So that focus comes in the Swadhisthana chakra. And then we have the Manipura chakra, which is power and money and all that sort of stuff. So in fact, the whole world, as it's presented to us, certainly by the media, is nothing but these three chakras, which is not really much different from the animal life. In order to get to the higher chakras, we have to cross this void. And there are three Devis which are kind of guarding this. Now, these three Devis are the ones representing the Lagna and the two nodes, Rahu and Ketu. Now, the Devis of the nodes, Chinnamasta and Dhumavati, they're like rather fierce and not easy to worship at all. And then the Lagna is Bhairavi. So it's a little easier to deal with Bhairavi. She may be a bit fierce, but she's very compassionate. So that's the great attraction of worshipping Bhairavi. But we may feel more interested in one. Somehow we feel drawn to one particular one of the Mavidyas. So we can very well approach any of them in the terms of the one that we love. Like if we because it's all coming from the original mother. So whatever form she's taking, I know the Panditji is doing a series for all the Dashamavidya. We may have some preference, but all of them are, in a sense, the same Devi. So if the Pandit worships Devi for us, and he is pleased, we will certainly get some grace, you see. There's two elements. If we're employing a Pandit to worship the Devi for us, then there's the element of the Pandit and there's the element of the Devi. And we certainly can get some grace from if the Pandit is pleased. That's why a lot of effort goes into pleasing the Pandits. It's good, you see, because they put all their life force into their devotion. Then, as I've explained how we can attract the grace of the Devi. It's a question of the devotion. And so these two elements. So these are the points that I wanted to make. I thought I'd keep it short, and maybe this is helpful. So the point is that this wonderful series of yagyas is going on, and Panditji has his teams of experts, and we're keeping them alive. I guess that's the thing. So there's some contribution from our side. When you contribute, then the benefit reaches you. That's the main thing. But if we want to really maximize our benefit, then we should take a serious, personal interest in it and try to, have some kind of relationship or connection with the goddess that's being worshipped. So thank you, Panditji.
Thank you, Andrewji. Thank you. It was very, very refreshing, and it's very much knowledgeable. Knowledge has been shared. Thank you. And let me share my. Can you stop your screen?
Yes, I'm just looking for the. Oh yeah, here we are. Stop share.
So let me share mine. Where is it? I think I can go here. Yeah. You all can see my screen, right? Is it? Can you see?
It's not coming, but it's not come yet. It's coming.
Oh, it's not come yet.
Here it is. It's come.
Okay. Okay. So here, as you know, same thing what you given knowledge, and just I'm going to add on some points there. And thank you very much again. And you know, this Dashmahavidya, the 10 forms of the Mother Divine, this is my 10th year, almost 9 years finished, and now we are starting the 10th year in a consecutive way, like a 10th series. Since last 10 years, we are doing this. So let's understand a little bit more about the Mahavidyas and, you know, understanding how they work. So this is the schedule of the 10th series. Starting it happens on every full moon, um, which is on full moon day we are doing this, connecting with the moon nakshatra also, and starting with the January 13th is the first one, and then February 12th, March 13th. Like this is the schedule. You can, you know, of course, you all will have the email by tomorrow, this slides and as well as the recording of this. So you can have this, and if you decide any individual one, if you anybody wants to participate, that too you can participate. But the benefit of this, you participating in a whole year, it happens every full moon. And this year I'm giving a special bonus yagyas, 12 full moon yagyas also, along with the people who are joining. So first we are starting with the Ganapati Sahasra Modaka on the 13th. Ganesha with 1000 Modaka Yagya. We are offering that first full moon. And then from February till until 10 months, we go to 10 Mahavidyas. And the last one we offer with the Mahavidya and Chandi and Vanadurga Mahavidya. So before I start for the Dasha Mahavidya, this Mahakumbha Yagya, which I'm doing in month of February, 8th, 9th, and 10th, which is, you all know, in India, there is a Mahakumbh is coming. Mahakumbh is every 12 years, Kumbh Mela, and this time is 144 years cycle is finishing. So it's a Mahakumbh, and it's many people all over the world visits, and the significance of Mahakumbh has so much, and participating in Mahakumbh, especially during the Mahakumbh, when you're participating in a Mahayagya like this, will have an immense of support and help in life, in mundane life. As you can see on the screen, the benefits and importance. Spiritual cleansing and enlightenment, amplified positive energy, removal of negative karmas, attainment of health and prosperity, connection to ancestral blessings. And the importance is sacred confluence and rare astrological significance, because it's the cycle of Mahakumbha is happening 144 years. Collective devotion and tradition and legacy. So if people wants to come in person also, I will be there 3 days, and I'm conducting this with 11 Pundits. In those 3 days, we will be working with Lord Shiva, Durga, Rudra, Vanadurga, Mahavidya, Navagraha, Nakshatra, and ancestral yagyas in these 3 days. And if you want to come, I know it's a shorter notice, but it's again, the Kumbh does not come another 12 years. and we don't know where we will be in those 12 years. So nothing is late. If you want, make it a right decision and come and join me in the journey of sacred journey. And I'm making all the arrangements. If you want to join, like from Delhi to Delhi, we can pick you up from Delhi and then drop you back at Delhi. It's a, I think, 6 nights, 5 days program or something like that. That all links will be shared to you tomorrow in the email. So now about the Dasha Mahavidyas. Um, so the shloka of Dasha Mahavidya is Kali Tara Mahavidya Shodashi Bhuvaneshwari Bhairavi Chinnamasta cha Vidya Dhumavati Tadha Bhagala Siddha Vidya cha Matangi Kamalatmika Yatha Dasha Mahavidya Siddhi Vidya Prakirtita. Means the Kali, Tara, Mahatripura Sundari, or Shodashi, Sri Vidya, Bhuvaneshwari, Chinnamasta, Bhairavi, Dhumavati, Bhagalamukhi, Matangi, and Kamalatmika. These 10 aspects of Shakti are the epitome of the entire creation. As earlier Andrew was showing the astronomy, this the whole energy in the in atmosphere is connects with the Mother Divine energy. In the Todala Tantra, there is a Tantra Todala. In the 10th chapter, also outlines their consorts, although Dhumavati, the widow form, is not allocated a consort. In the Todala Tantra, worship of Devi Shakti is referred to as a Vidya. Of the hundreds of tantric practices, the worship of the major Devi is called Dashamahavidya. These major forms of the goddesses are described in the Tantra name called Todala. So it's a very powerful. In the Lalita Sahasranama also they describe about these Mahavidyas. And one of the Dhumavati Yajna I have done in India with a group of Pundits. The picture is, that is what the picture is. There are several levels at which the Devi can be worshipped with the prescribed mantra and yantra. These include a simple worship of the yantra with the mantra recitation as the remedial astrological measures, and elaborate worship with all tantric rituals to attain various siddhis associated with these tantras and for spiritual salvation. Successful sadhana of these vidyas gives several boons to the practitioner. The tantric yogi or sadhaka who has control over his senses and positively inclined uses the boons to guide people and for the benefit of mankind. So sadhaka, they enjoy the presence of the goddess in their life and they help others as well. And this is the another picture where Pandits were working on the Mahavidya Yajna. In the Todala Tantra, equates Vishnu's 10 incarnation with the 10 Mahavidyas. Like 10 Vishnu's incarnations. Again, the 10 Vishnu's incarnation connects with the Darwin theory. Shri Dev, so 10 Mahavidyas, 10 Vishnu's incarnations. In Lalita Sahasranam also they talk about Nakhotpanna Narayana Dashakrutihi. So Nakhotpanna, all the 10 forms of Lord Vishnu are incarnated from the nails of the goddess, 10 nails of the goddess, 10 forms. So Sri Devi, the goddess, said, Lord of gods, Guru of the universe. Tell me who is Guru of the universe? Shiva. Goddess asked, about, tell me, please now give me the knowledge about the avatars. So Lord Shiva is the one who narrated these stories about the Mahavidya and this knowledge to Devi, to Parvati, the goddess. So from there, the whole knowledge is coming. Shri Shiva answered to goddess, O Devi, the blue form of Bhagala is the tortoise incarnation of Vishnu. Dhumavati is the boar form of Vishnu. Chinnamasta is Narasimha. Bhuvaneshwari is Vamana. Matangi is the Rama. Tripura is Jamadagni. Bhairavi is the Balabhadra. Mahalakshmi is the Buddha. And Durga is the Kalki. And, and Bhagavati Kali is the Krishna, Lord Krishna. These are the 10 avatars, 10 incarnations of Vishnu and 10 incarnations of the goddess. It's a combination. So Dasha Mahavidya, the 10 Mahavidyas, Dasha Mahavidya Yajna has the strength to remove all the evil sins of a person, and provides luxury and liberation. These high spiritual yajnas are very auspicious and believed to be highly rewarding. The combined blessings of these 10 goddesses can make a person's life healthier, wealthier, happier, and prosperous. These yajnas are very auspicious and considered highly rewarding. So Mahavidya, Dasha Mahavidya, 10 Mahavidya yajnas refer to a series of powerful rituals and spiritual practices associated with the 10 primary forms of the Divine Mother in Hinduism, known as the Dasha Mahavidya. These 10 goddesses are considered the ultimate manifestation of the Devi, divine feminine energy, and represent various aspects of cosmic energy. Performing yajnas or homas for these goddesses is believed to invoke their blessings and bring prosperity, protection, knowledge, and spiritual liberation into our lives. So let's understand what are these Mahavidyas. Kali is the feminine form and masculine form is Krishna. The goddess of destruction and transformation. Kali represents the fiery energy that destroys negative force and fulfills and purifies the soul. Second one is Tara, Tara Devi. Mostly Tara is worshipped in Buddhism also. The goddess of protection and guidance. Tara is often considered a form of compassion and mercy, guiding individuals across the ocean of material existence. Because we are all living in material world, so we need some kind of a guidance. So that is Tara. And Tripura Sundari or Sri Vidya, the goddess of beauty, love and harmony. She represents the essence of the universe and the supreme power of creation. Worshipping Tripura Sundari, relationship can get better. And any kind of relationship, that can be teacher, student, mother, and our father and kids, our two loved ones, and our wife and husband, or our business relationship, anything it can possible by worshipping Tripura Sundari. She represents the essence of the universe and the supreme power of creation. Bhuvaneshwari is the fourth one, the goddess who is the queen of the universe, representing space and the manifestation of the cosmic order and reality. Bhuvaneshwari is the Bhuvana is the universe. Bhairavi is mostly we work with the 9 planets with the grahas, and Bhairavi is Lagna. Bhairavi, a fierce and powerful form of the goddess associated with the energy of transformation, annihilation of the ego, and spiritual awakening. So our Lagna is very important in our Jyotish astrological chart. So Bhairavi, the goddess, will help on that. Chinnamasta, the self depicting goddess who symbolizes the sacrifice of the ego for the awakening of higher consciousness and self realization. Many people say, "Oh, I want to let go my ego. I want to realize myself." There you go. Chinnamasta is the best worship. The goddess of dissolution and time, um, that is the Dhumavati. Seventh is Dhumavati. Dhumavati is the goddess of dissolution and time. She represents the process of letting go and ultimate understanding of impermanence. It is Dhumavati is a very powerful Devi where you can worship on this Dashamahavidya. And next is Bhagalamukhi, the goddess who represents the power of control and paralyze enemies. She is associated with victory, protection, and the ability to overcome obstacles. Next goddess, ninth one, is Matangi, the goddess of knowledge, speech, and wisdom. She is often depicted as the form of Saraswati or Neela Saraswati, and that represents the energy of the intellect and learning. And Matangi is the one who makes the kings also. Kings get support from Matangi, then they can able to do their job properly. And Kamalatmika, kings means nowadays you translate to the presidents, prime ministers, ministers, cabinets, secretaries, and all those. Then Kamalatmika, the goddess of wealth, the Lakshmi, prosperity and material abundance. She is also associated with the blooming of spiritual wealth and divine love. That's Kamalatmika. Now, significance of Dashamahavidya, to understand that each Mahavidya embodies specific cosmic principles and energies, and performing a yajna related with Mahavidya is each goddess is meant to harmonize and align these energies within the practitioner's life or sponsor's life. These rituals are very powerful and require proper preparation, knowledge, and guidance from a learned guru or priest, or someone you know very well, as they involve intricate mantras, offerings, and meditations. Here are some key benefits of the performing Dashamahavidya Yajna. Spiritual growth is number one. We all want to grow in spiritually. The yajnas helps to transforming the sponsors to consciousness and lead to spiritual awakening, allowing one to experience the divine presence in these powerful forms of goddesses. Next benefit is protection and safety in our life. We all living in a very testing and trying times. We need protection, divine intervention in our life, and goddess can do that. Many of the Mahavidyas like Kali, Tara, and Bhagalamukhi are invoked for protection from negative influences and black magic and harmful forces in life. Next one is overcoming obstacles, because we always goes through some hurdles in our life. Whenever we want to do some good, always there is a bad is waiting. So we want to overcome with that. By worshipping these goddesses, practitioner or sponsor believes they can overcome personal challenges, enemies, personal and professional challenges and enemies and problems in life. And then material and financial prosperity also is possible because of the Kamalatmika Yajna. Kamalatmika is the goddess who gives the material benefits and pleasures. Goddess like Kamala and Bhuvaneshwari are believed to grant wealth, prosperity, and overall well-beings to all devotees, all practitioners. Healing and purification, which is health. Health is also another wealth. It's very important. Several Mahavidyas, particularly Bhairavi and Dhumavati, are associated with the healing energy, purification, and the removal of past karmic abundance also will be released by the Mahavidya. So when to perform this Mahavidya? What is the best time to do? Of course, each Mahavidya has their own tithi, but we are not doing that. We are performing this on the full moon day, because when full moon, all the grahas, nakshatras are much, much more powerful, and then all the divine energies are powerful on this day. So anything we invoke on this day, it's more powerful. That's the reason I have chosen on the full moon day. Since last 10 years, I'm doing the same. And this year also, I will be doing the same on the full moon day. And when you do the Mahavidya Yajna on this day, we are adding the 12 full moon yajnas, which is highly worthful. Those also I'm adding as a bonus. If somebody signs before Sunday night, they will be receiving a conference tomorrow or tonight. You will receive an email. In that, there will be a link code. You go through that link to order the Mahavidya Yajna. If you order, you will get a 10% discount than regular price. Because if you look at on the website, now the price is $1,201. And those people are not getting any full moon yajnas. But here today, if somebody register within tomorrow uh, with that link, you will be receiving 10% discount plus 12 full moon yajnas free. And if you are interested to perform the Mahavidya, it's important to consult with the knowledgeable priest or guru and your well-wisher or astrologer and participate in it. Practice are complex and require, you need the right guidance from your guru. So Dashamahavidya can help on the graha sides also, like all the planetary influences, all the grahas can be appeased. The worship of this also, the Mahavidyas, prescribed as an astrological remedy for the 9 planets, and the Lagna as follow. Kali for Saturn, Tara for Jupiter, Mahatripura Sundari or Shodashi or Shri Vidya for Mercury, Bhuvaneshwari for the Moon, Chinnamasta for Rahu, Bhairavi for Lagna, Dhumavati for Ketu, Bhagalamukhi for Mars, and Matangi for Sun, and Kamalatmika or Kamala for Venus, for prosperity and wealth. The tantric worship of these most powerful vidyas must be practiced only under a guidance Siddha Guru, which, if you want to be initiated into this, you can contact me and I can definitely help you. So these are the names of the all 10 Mahavidyas. And when you do this practice and participate in Mahavidya Yajnas, you will get divine grace and blessings of goddess by performing these yajnas, and it will help you in the other areas as well, as shown in the slide here: legal and court cases, relationships, black magic and enemy protection, financial and debt recovery also will help. And Mahakumbh, again, I'm reminding about the Mahakumbh. It's don't miss it out. If you can't come in person, we will show you the live yajna from there, those 3 days. You can sign up here for all 3-day program or 1-day program, but it's a great to be participate indirectly. If you cannot go in person, indirectly you can participate in this in Kumbh Mela yajnas from February 8th, 9th, and 10th. Now from here, the Kali and all the 10 Mahamantras, mantras of I will send all this presentation to you all. I'm not talking on this because of the time. But mainly I want you all to understand the importance of the Mahavidyas. That is the reason I hold this session. Short and sweet, not much. And you can read through, and then if you have any questions, you can contact me about this. And here in all the 10 Mahavidyas, each Mahavidya given the mantras, their mantras also given in this presentation, which you will be receiving tomorrow to download from my website. So you can download it and keep it. And this is for you only. Please do not share with anyone else. It's a humble request to you. All right. Thank you very much. And any questions, I'm happy to take if anybody have any questions. Andrew, any comments on what I said? If or anybody or any attendees have any questions, please you can ask questions too.
Very profound.
I don't want to keep it too much. I want to keep it very limited and informative. Of course, tonight you will be everyone receive whoever registered. Everyone will receive this uh, presentation, and you can read and have questions and answers. And any questions, anybody? Looks like no questions. Okay, so that's good. So, Andrew, anything else you want to say before I end the last prayer?
No, I thought it was very interesting what you had to say, very inspiring.
Thank you very much, Andrew. You are always supportive, and it's a great support. Thank you. And then I'm inviting you to Kumbh Mela. If you can, please do come and be part of it if you can. All right. Thank you very much. And namaste, Jai Gurudev. Let's pray. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryangkaravavai Tejasvinamadhitavastu ma Vadvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. I'll be in touch with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all for joining.